Okay. So are we for like each, so how she says like professional and ethical issues and dilemmas, it says randomized control trials, informed consent. Are we supposed to list all the stuff that we, like the things that we found now in our outline? Like our information we're going to talk about necessarily?
Yeah, so it looks like the intro and summary, it looks like summary is still part of the introduction, and then the numbers 3 and 4 sound like are those our main points that we're debating?
Yes.
Okay.
So like she introduces it and then we talk about it.
Uh-huh.
So like since this is a debate, are we supposed to have like a point and counterpoint?
I think so.
Because like I rewatched her video that she posted online in like module 1. It says like say point A, but make sure you say your pros or your point, the counterpoint, before you move on to point, like another example, like point B.
Okay. Yeah, so it sounds like we'll have one, like for each of our like pros, then you'll have the back argument.
Yeah.
You know, like the con side of it.
So it's like randomized controls, like a pro and a con about it?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So like we think we should standardize it for this reason, and then we'll have like a back and forth.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. So like point 3, where she has professional and ethical issues and dilemmas, have like point counterpoint for that, and then financial, political, and societal impact, point counterpoint for that.
Yeah.
If we can find enough information.
Yeah. I found a lot of information when it came to like informed consent. And
well, that works.
Yeah.
I mean, that's important too.
I sent that to you guys in the.
She has that on here. Informed consent.
Yeah, I sent that to you guys in an email, and like it talks about how like because participants are a big part of it, they should have a say on things that also go on within the study. Mm-hmm. Like participants and the family should have a little bit more control within the study, not it necessarily just being like the researchers who are in charge of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
that definitely makes sense. I don't know how you guys feel, but with informed consent, obviously we have to have informed consent, but maybe a counterpoint to that would be if someone knows that treatment is taking place, then maybe they're going to act differently.
Yeah. It's like when people do experiments and they have like the placebo one because they want to see how people react to even though they don't have the treatment.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, as an example, this past week, my middle school aged kids that I teach have been absolute terrors. So I started tracking every 5 minutes what they were doing. Well, after the first day, they caught on. So
no.
Yeah. So after the first day, they missed, gosh, I don't know, up to about half of the entire school day not doing anything. And then after they figured out what the heck I was doing, they had beautiful weeks. So, I mean, that could be something that could be informed consent. Like, of course you want to inform them, but that might change their behavior too.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I mean, that worked out in my favor, but...
So under, I guess, bullet number 3, where it says professional and ethical issues and dilemmas, should we just create a bullet there that says informed consent? Should we just make a bullet that says we will list a pro and con for each listed topic above?
How detailed do we need to have?
Yeah, I'm thinking this can just be like a rough outline. I think we just need to like include who's saying what, and then maybe for number 3 we could just do like pro and con for each of the above listed.
Yeah. Let me look that up.
You do that for 3 and 4. The pros, cons.
Says there's no specific format for the outline. Group should format that makes sense to them. It says which group member will be discussing which part, and you want to show you consider the time frame for the debate. You should also include your plans for use of visuals and the references that you will use. You want to make sure to include any research articles that you have planned to use, or include any of the ethical codes that you will be using to support your points in the debate. So far we're going to say who's saying what.
Yeah, so I think we're good. I mean, we have our main points, right? Those are listed on there.
Yeah. So if we could do like
Content. Different sides.
because like my position as the researcher is to report any studies having some bearing on a particular side of the point counterpoint. So it's like whenever someone says their point and counterpoint, whatever research we find that pertains to that, like that's what when I come in and back you guys up on both sides.
Okay, well, I'm going back to point number 1. So the introduction, I'll be doing that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the definition of evidence-based treatments, I've changed the definition from what she had because that was, I mean, it was good, but it was short.
Yeah.
Evidence-based practice is a model of professional decision-making in which practitioners integrate the best available evidence with client values, context, and clinical expertise in order to provide services for their clients. And then there's a reference there.
Okay, perfect.
Under that definition, you can create another bullet point, and then you can say like a visual of the definition will be put up on the screen.
Yeah, good idea. We'll just kind of put in where we'll put our facts that we're going to put up.
And that way you're reading it, and then whoever watches the video, they can also read it along with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just said visual of definition will be available via PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then I'll just do this. She's talking about like just screen changing it. Made it sound easy. So.
Well, but then the video chat sounded easy too. So. So point B, Sunland Miami scandal. I just have a brief statement of what happened and why evidence-based support is necessary. So why did it have such a negative outcome? Which I have to say, after rereading it, that sounds very, very scarily close to what I'm going through right now with work. So I'll have, I'm sure, a lot to say right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
BACB compliance code. What did Natalie mean by that when she put that in there? What were we going to discuss there? I don't remember.
I think it's because it was put in the rubric to add in the compliance code if we are going to use one.
Okay, so what code would align with what we're discussing?
Are we looking at the codes of like the list of codes she put online, or are we looking at the codes that were in the book? Oh, those are core.
I would think we're looking at the book.
The core
That's
ethical.
Incredibly detailed.
Well, when in like chapter 2, right? Is that what you're going at?
I think so, yeah.
Well, though the core, it says core ethical principle number 2 is respecting autonomy, and like in the Word document that I just sent you was a whole bunch of stuff just on that alone, so we can use that.
Well, I think the actual code starts in chapter 6, page 57.
Let's see.
Responsible conduct of behavior analysts, code 1.0. That breaks each code down to specific areas like reliance on scientific knowledge. Well, that would be a code we would use, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boundaries of competence. That could be a code we could use. Integrity, maintaining competence through professional development. So I think those are some of the things that we could reference.
Yeah. Professional and
obviously,
scientific
billing and
relationship.
stuff like that we're not going to use for this, but
All right, so do you want to add those in the outline right now?
yeah, I can do that.
Just which ones we're using? So
You said
reliance on scientific knowledge, you said, so.
integrity.
1.01, 1.04. Rights and prerogatives of clients.
Okay, so I have 1.01, reliance on scientific knowledge.
Treatment and intervention efficacy.
Where are you with that one? I don't have all the codes memorized yet.
Oh, okay. I know. I have them all. No, I haven't. I put it up online.
Oh yeah, I might just pull up that link.
That we can talk about.
Yeah, because some of these are more like personal type stuff or billing, which you don't need it for this, but.
How many codes are we thinking?
I don't know, just whatever applies.
Yeah.
I mean, all we're going to be doing is just bringing them up as these are codes that need to be followed